Yeah, hello everyone. Uh, this is Lukman Alimudin, and my aim is to give you an overview about uh, my AI model, which basically intelligent food detection system. Intelligent, intelligent food detection system, which is being solved by Lukman Alimudin. Yeah. So the problem to be investigated or the problem affected by several or by many people or that causes us to come up with this kind of model is this as fruit or many fruit has different kind of shape. Many fruits have similarity of shapes as colors, sizes, so on and so. But basically, we are dealing here in this model. We are dealing with colors, similarity of colors and shapes and sizes. Yeah. So we decided to come up with a solution, which is basically the model to solve this such kind of issue. Yeah. Then later on, you're going to see the background of the project. Uh, when we're talking about the background of our project, there we are going to see the way the way the problem affected people and how are we going to solve it from the beginning up to the end of our project. So basically, uh, as we are dealing with fruit, those are images. So we choose 360 images dataset, which is clear in Cargo to train our model. And that one is the dataset we are going to use up to the implementation of our model. So using that dataset, uh, we introduced even or the method of supervised learning to train our system that it can be able that give us the solution we need. How? We train the system using supervised learning. Because when I'm talking about supervised learning, there we are talking about learning by guidance. How? As this model, a machine, we are guiding as us human being, we are going to guide the machine. How? We are going to give them an input, which is images to train, showing them train by using many images of fruits of different categories of fruit that the system and that whenever we come up with a fruit to detect a fruit, the system is able to give us a good output or a feedback. Yeah. And we mathematically use some theorem as such as naive Bayes network or naive Bayes network and the theorem of Bayesian. Those to estimate our model by using such kind of mathematical theorem. Yeah. And now we are going to see the significance. Significant basically we are talking about significance. Basically there we are how what how or what is the significance of that model, the purpose. Purposely the model is basically recognizing fruits such as different fruits have such as some kind of fruit has similarity of shapes, colors, uh, sizes. Yeah. So we choose this model to identify the convenience fruits we are to deal because uh, many environments, Most of workers are misusing fruits in many environments, such as when we are, for example, let us take an example for our supermarket. Supermarket, those people in supermarket, they are not an agricultural people. For them, they are just for to sell things in the supermarket. So when we are there to label their items, they some mislabeling can occur, that they don't know the right fruit, that this fruit is which fruit and this one. Yeah. So in such kind of scenario, so we are going to use this model by solving all these issues. So later on, we are going to see the AI project scope. When you're talking about project scope, basically we are going to talk from the beginning, or we are going to talk the tools and the method we are going to use, how to come up with step by step up to the implementation, how to come up with our solution. So basically, uh, the entire world is facing this issue of recognition, of identifying the convenient fruit they are dealing with. So we are going to build an accurate, fast model, which is basically solve this kind of issue. Yeah, and there we are going to use the algorithm of deep neural network algorithm. Basically, when you see most of data set images, most of projects, they are using this kind of algorithm to come up with that, because in deep neural network they have many images that they have already trained, and this kind of, and there we are going to even to use that data set training that our testing our model using the dataset of 360 images, which is clearly in Kaggle platform. Yeah. Then the problem statement. Basically, we are talking about problem statement, or basically, it has been taking long people to identify the right fruit they are dealing with, because for the similarity of the fruits, as we said, and so on and so forth. So the statement is to come up with the accurate first solution, our motto, which is the basically which is basically fruit detection, intelligent fruit detection system, the problem statements. Then we are going to see the research question. Uh, Basically, the research question there, we are going to see the question, or we are going to see how people will ask, how people they ask themselves according to this model. For example, is the system capable to identify a raw fruit? For example, if the fruit is not ready, but we need to identify it using our model, is it possible? Or is our system accurate and faster? Yeah. And even can even ask ourselves that to the short term and the long term of this, to know the short time or the short term and the long term of this model, or to know that which problem basically the entire world are facing, and how are we going to solve this problem, and which data set are we going to use, and what is the advantages and the disadvantages of our model. Yeah, something like that. So then we are going to the description of the dataset. As I said that we use the Fruto 360 images dataset. That is, it is publicly in Kaggle. There, how it works or how it's described. As supervised learning, the data set is basically many images that are stored in Kaggle platform that we are using them to train the system that at first that the system can be able to recognize the fruit we are dealing in. Yeah, basically that is it. So when you're talking about the methodology, basically the methodology we are using, we're going to use our system. The system is going to be like how the way you are seeing that you are going to put our fruit that the system is going to identify the fruit by putting them in the system. So it's going to process the images and give us the output as you're seeing over there that we are putting an orange, and there we are using the deep neural network, and accurately uh, we get our output. Yeah, that is it. Then the next slide, you are going to see the references. The references are there. We can go to Rocha, Okta, and see the references are there. Then the acknowledgement. Acknowledgements, basically, I cannot explain enough thanks to our lecturer due to his serious guidance. Because of him, we know data set, the meaning of data set. Because of him, we know we can come up with this kind of solution here. And I can't even stop thinking that my deepest gratitude to my dear classmates, because without them I can't come up with this such kind of solution or this kind of model. Many thanks to the Cargo platform for providing us their data set that we are able to come up with this model. So thank you very much, and may God bless you. Have a nice moment.